mechanisms that guarantee continuity of peace, stability, progress, and prosperity for all Ugandans. We all know how power has been abused in this country. Now, at this stage in our country, who is the guarantor of our national security? Because the national security system has been abused by an individual. Who is the guarantor of our elections? Because all elections have been tinkered with. As people gear up to go and participate in the next election, who is the guarantor of a free and fair electoral process without turning the election into a ritual of sorts? We hesitate as DA to encourage citizens to simply go into a ritual and simply look on as they are tear-gassed away, and then they wait for a declaration, and then say, new day, normal stuff. It's not a normal situation. We believe that we must have guarantees because the current security framework cannot guarantee national security. It is repressive. It is partisan. We need a conversation as to the guarantees of our security, the guarantees of our electoral outcomes, and how this can be done. I can understand these are really mundane issues. They are alien concepts because we are used to being ruled over like animals. We are saying, we are human, and therefore there must be full participation and understanding of why we participate in politics. Otherwise, we can agree to become a basket case. Okay? In the DA, we are saying we cannot be part of the basket process. We need a very clear process that can guarantee that the outcome of an electoral process is going to be consequential, positively, to the lives of our common peoples. So essentially, those are the 6 objectives for which we clamor for reforms and a transitional framework. I thought that must be made very clear to all. Now, who are the stakeholders in all this? Because it's very important to understand that who are the stakeholders? You and me belong to a multiplicity of platforms. We have political actors, we have civil society actors, we have citizen platforms, we have cultural institutions, we have religious bodies, we have senior citizens. So Uganda has bona fide owners. This is not a land of no one. It's not a no man's land. So these stakeholders are the ones we need to be part of this conversation. I have heard people say that we are talking about very nice things, but General Museveni won't accept. Who tells you that we are here to massage General Museveni? We must compel General Museveni and his people to listen to the people. He must be compelled to listen. Whoever thinks that our job is to take some massage oil to him, no. We are saying all must demand for these. The media, civil society, culture, religious institutions, senior citizens must demand that General Museveni listens. This is not his father's estate. It's a bequest to all of us. And therefore, we have a stake in how this bequest is being managed. And therefore, a demand using multiple voices is legitimate. That's what we are here for. To remind these stakeholders that these demands are legitimate. We're not trying to impose our views on anybody. We are simply saying this can't continue as normal. Now, comrades, we have set ourselves as the DA a framework we want to share with stakeholders, a form of agenda, okay, an agenda of sorts, because we believe, and honestly believe so, that all these objectives may not be achieved in a single go. They are multiple, and some of them are multi-stage. They have a multiple stakeholding arrangement. Some of them will have to require the high and mighty to climb down their high horses to listen. And they may require pep talk. Some of them are simply scared out of their skins. And therefore we need a cascaded framework, a form of agenda from one issue to another that will compel them to say, hey, I think we are being considered. The idea of politicians backing at each other must stop and agree on a framework that can sustain this nation. I have had politicians vowing to crush each other. Those who want to crush each other, please go at State Square. We shall watch you crush each other. But we have a nation to save. Okay? If you want to go for to box, can box. But for our country, we are making very clear demands. So in our agenda, cascaded, the first one is to go for key constitutional, electoral, and administrative reforms. I have spoken about that. And you're aware that already I have put before Parliament 8 bills for which we are going to demand for space before Parliament. That is our first on the agenda, because the